The best predictor of success, the innate ability to allocate time properly. Keith Rabois. My friends, 10 to 15 minutes a day, that is all we ask. Each and every day the market is open so you can learn the nuances, understand the temperature of the market, the personality of your favorite stocks and ETFs. Take the trainings every day. If you're not a subscriber, sign up for free at chartingwealth.com. Today's training, cutting losses is the key to winning. Oh, it is so much. You've got to understand that. Let's jump into these charts. Hope the Patreon members entered into 1 to 3 practice trades after we gave you those 20 weekly vertical crossovers yesterday. Lots of great opportunities. Stocks are mixed. Bonds and gold are mixed also. Bonds up quite a bit. Gold down. Bitcoin down. Let's jump into these charts. The S&P 500 closed the week with a higher high than the prior 2 weeks, which is good to see, although the candle's getting a little smaller, but it is running right up that weekly trend line. Price percent oscillator slowly pulling away from the red signal line. Derivative oscillator moving up. How strong is the 2-day looking? Well, it's slowly tracking up. That's good to see. Price percent oscillator is a little less than flat. Derivative oscillator continuing to lose momentum. So again, we'll keep our eye on things. Don't forget, the last candle finished drawing on Thursday, so this candle is only the first day of a 2-day candle. It'll finish up on Monday. We'll keep an eye on things. What's up on the half-day chart? Well, it is still negative. Not enough energy to cross over. It was up in the morning, the S&P, and then moved down in the afternoon, red spinning top, ending the week with some indecision there. Price percent oscillator on our half-day chart, which is our smallest chart and the one we put the least amount of effort and importance in. It does show us what's going on intraday, which is important. We can see the price percent oscillator negative, pulling away from the red signal line. Derivative oscillator going negative. So keep an eye on that. Like we said, overall hitting a higher high this week, down a little bit for the day on Friday. What's up with the Nasdaq 100? Well, it's reached a higher high. Candle's about the same size as the prior week. Both of those are a little smaller than the week before when the weekly vertical crossover occurred. Price percent oscillator pulling away nicely from the red signal line. Derivative oscillator heading up. So things are looking good there. And check it out. The 2 days looking sweet too. Things are moving up higher on the first day of this latest 2-day candle. Price percent oscillator is not positive and heading down like the S&P, but positive and heading up. Derivative oscillators also remaining positive, although it is continuing to lose momentum. And of course, I would encourage you, I'm going to put at the end of today's training, I'm going to write this down right now. I'm going to put the derivative oscillator training at the end of today's training on the video. Click that link and go to it. I want you to understand the derivative oscillator. It's a triple smooth version of the relative strength index, helping you see overbought and oversold positions. I want you to understand a little more of the math on how this is calculated, the reason we use it with the price percent oscillator. Important for you to know. So a little bit of learning and study for that over the weekend. What's up with the half day? We can see that half day just continuing to move up. Did bounce up higher in the morning, not quite as high in the afternoon. Price percent oscillator flattening a little bit. Derivative oscillator still heading up a little bit there. So the Q's looking stronger at the end of the week than the S&P 500. Now let's move on to bonds. Bonds up for the day nicely, 1.06%. Look at this candle for the week though. A weak candle for a weekly vertical crossover. And we had that happen last week, and it's interesting, as it's pulled away, it sort of pulled that back into being, didn't it? Because it was laminated all week. But just for good measure, I'm trying to decide, should I move this over or keep it where it was? Because it really was failing us. But you know what? Thinking that through at the end of the week, it continued in the direction that it originally had been. We'll leave it where it first crossed, even though it was laminated and going negative during the week, because you can see all that down movement with that long wick going down. Solid red spinning top. Although we had that, price percent oscillator nonetheless pulling away from the red signal line. Derivative oscillator going green. Look at this 2-day chart. Finally, it had been flat. Started pulling away. Nice up movement there. Price percent oscillator heading up. Derivative oscillator still maintaining greenness. And we look at the half day. Now the half day, we actually see where things bottomed out back on Wednesday and slowly was driving up, popped up nicely in the morning, up a little more in the afternoon. So again, bonds may be trying to recover. Again, check out the magic of the weekly vertical crossover. Who would have thunk it? As we were going through the course of the week and we had all that down movement and this price percent oscillator was actually negative. We'll see how this next week moves along. Let's go to gold. Down for the day a little bit, 0.76%. Nonetheless, an okay week for gold. Would like for it to have reached the high that it had the week before at 174.67. The high during the course of the week, 174.60. So that's 174.67, 174.60. So awfully darn close, but no cigar. Price percent oscillator lost a little bit of energy. Derivative oscillator gaining momentum. Look at this 2-day chart. Price percent oscillator's flat. Derivative oscillator's losing momentum. As we can see, popped through. That's not a very good 2-day trend line. We're going to reset that. Popped through the 2-day trend line, first day of this latest 2-day candle. Red spinning top, derivative oscillator also losing momentum. It had been pretty much flat for the 6 days prior. We look at the half day. We can see down in the morning and down in the afternoon. Again, price percent oscillator has been negative since all the way back on Tuesday afternoon of this week. So that's where we are on gold. Again, keep your eye on the 2-day and on the weekly. You know, again, gold has been sweet to us. Told you guys last week I got out of my gold trade rather nicely. Did well for me. So let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, red spinning top, the first one we've seen since all the way back in early October. The week ending 1 October. Again, we had several weeks of nice up movement, and then things started devolving. This week, price percent oscillator still positive, but heading down. Derivative oscillators lost momentum for the first time since, all the way back in, again, early to mid-October. We go to the 2-day. What do we see there? Well, we see 5 days worth of strong down movement in Bitcoin. We had that 2-day recross heading down. Of course, we said that is when you absolutely pull the plug. You don't have to take the rest of these losses. For those of you who are looking for a good reason to get into a potential Bitcoin practice trade, of course, this is great because it gives you a potential reset for a jumping in point when the 2-day recross is going up, or if there's enough down movement, this weekly will cross over going down, and then we would, of course, wait for a weekly vertical crossover going up. So again, good things to know if you're interested in charting cryptocurrencies. You need to learn what we have to teach because our charts work not only on Bitcoin, they work on things like Ethereum too. So again, follow us every day. Learn how to read these charts. It's very important. Very, very important. Who wants to pay more for anything than you have to? Who wants to know the best times to buy and sell? That's what charting is all about. It gives you a roadmap to the future if you do it right. What do we see as far as Bitcoin goes on this half-day chart? We can see where it's been trundling down for quite a while. Price percent oscillator still negative and heading down. Derivative oscillator negative, losing a little bit of downward momentum. That is where we are, folks, as we end the day on Friday. God bless you all. Hope you have a great weekend. Can't wait to be back with you on Monday. Thank you so much, Patreon supporters. You want all the benefits of Patreon support. Please go, follow, help us. God bless.